Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon and today I'm giving you how to set up, play and review for the game Dream Home 156 Sunny Street expansion. So you might have already seen my unboxing, overview, trailer, preview, teaser video, and that all tells you a little bit more about the theme. I'll be setting this game up, so I'll be doing a solo playthrough in a separate video. If you want to see that, please ensure you obviously subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't done so already. And what I'll be doing is I have already played that game and I will be giving a review of this game from a solo perspective predominantly. That's mainly because of the COVID-19 pandemic has meant playing this as a 5 and a 6 hasn't been easily and feasibly possible. So I'm going to leave this off to the side of the board. I'm going to leave this down here slightly. Just to let you know, you do not need to have everything visible partially for this game. So basically up to the edge of here and up to the edge of here will absolutely be fine. So this is a game whereby, if you haven't seen the video, please check out the comments and descriptions through for the original. You'll need a notepad. So we're comparing my prior score playing this solo before. You're going to need a little thing here, which is basically a little check to tell you exactly how well you're getting on. So there are various points you can be accumulating. You're going to have a bunch of cards, so you're going to be shuffling this deck of cards up and placing these out too. So that's going to go out here. What these are representing are room cards, for example, a playroom. And I'll be giving an example of how that works in a moment. And of course, I'll be telling you about how this plays differently to the original one as well. You're also going to take some of these cards. These are resource cards. So for example, we have a roof tile can be in here, and you have tools, you can have decor. There are various things in here that you can be playing with. So I'll quickly go through some of the things. You may have seen this, of course, in that prior video. Things like the ladder. So before you take this card, you can discard this card to secretly look at your roof cards. You may switch one of your roof cards with one roof card on the game board. So that's something you can do. It's actually something I happened to pick up in my prior game. So that's something you can do. Now, aside from that, there are 5 to 6 player rules as well. How that works differently is, for a start, you are going to have a bigger notepad. That's because there are extra things you can score, which do with friends, which is some of the modules that you can encounter. Aside from that, there are of course extra player cards to ensure it's still a 12-round game, and therefore you're not going to run out of cards as well. You have different decor items as well. You have, for example, this birdhouse, or the stables in fact. There are birdhouses as well. And you are going to be extending your board, so you can have a longer playing board as well. I could be zooming this out a bit more, but I want to make sure you can read some text as well, so I have play tested that. Okay, so if you want to play this solo, let's just talk about the solo for a moment. We've talked about the 5 and 6 player board. It plays identically. If you want to play it solo, there's a few things you need to be taking out of the game box. For starters, you want to be taking out the jackhammer. So you're not going to be playing with a jackhammer. That's one thing to be aware of. Also, you're going to take rid of any extra roof tiles. So you're getting rid of the 5 to 6 player roof tiles, which include things such as solar panels. You may have seen that in the prior video. You're also going to be taking out an extra set of cards respective to one of these roofs, and as well as in here as well. There's fewer roof tiles. Aside from that, you're also then going to be shuffling up other cards too, and you're also going to start laying some stuff out. So, of course, when you're playing it solo, you are not going to be worrying about first player marker. Instead, you've got some couple of cards you can work towards. You have the supplier and the roofer. So these is going to get laid out as well. So these get replenished each round. Of course, it's a 12-round game. There are 12 spaces on the board you can be populating. Down here, you have the basement, so you can chuck stuff down there. But of course, you have to watch out for the fact that you cannot build above it until you've got something in the basement. Now, when you do take cards such as these tiles here, these roof tiles, you cannot see them once you've taken them. So, of course, watch that solo playthrough to see what I do about that. In the prior game, with my last name being Lavender, I happened to take these cards and I hopefully wouldn't forget that too. So on your turn, you're going to pick one of these columns, just like in the base game, and you're going to obviously trigger that effect. We have the digger here. Before you take cards, discard this card to shuffle all the cards on the game board back into their matching decks. Draw and place the same number of cards on the game board. So the various things you can be doing. Apart from that, everything else is pretty new. Or the same, sorry. You've got the plumber, I used that last time as well. Your bathrooms are worth 2 points. So at the end of the game, pairs of vertically identical bathrooms on your home board are worth 2 points. I happened to get that guy, hoping to get him, because of course you will see everything, so no one's going to take things in front of you. I happened to get this card as well, I recall. So yes, you have to be aware of that. Of course, you might have better options you might have out there, and that's something to of course be aware of. My first couple of turns, which I might well do next time as well, I happened to pick here and just focus on ensuring I had these cards at the end of the game, because the helper at the end of the game, before scoring, you may switch one room card on your home board with one room card in this card pile. I used that to get the kitchen because that allowed me to get some extra points for my home functionality. Aside from that, it also took the roof on my first 2 turns, which meant I was pretty much never taking this from now on. Aside from that, you are going to take some other cards. You're going to take some other cards down here, and these are some other things that are relating to the various modules. There's the friends and family module. So these are various cards that you can be playing with, and there's certain things they're going to need. For example, the living room and the playroom, if you have those, you can score 2 victory points. So those are the things I worked towards. The last 2 I had, you're going to take a 3 value one and a 5 value one. I happened to take this one, which was a bathroom, living room and bedroom, which scored me 3 points. And this one, which is 2 bedrooms on the second floor, I didn't manage to do that. They're on the ground floor. They basically lived in a bungalow when I played. So that's basically how you want to play the game. Of course, it's a quick game to play. It didn't take very long at all, and you'll see that in the solo playthrough how fast it can be. Aside from that, yes, you are going to be drawing those construction plans. That's, of course, these things that I just related you to here, these things here. So you are going to be taking these particular cards, and obviously you're looking to try and potentially and complete them if you feel it's of merit for you to work towards certain plans throughout the game. So we, of course, are going to draw extra stuff, and I might quickly briefly show you as well what those solar panels look like again. So, of course, hit that like button, please, as well as that, please share, and, of course, let me know your thoughts. You can find this and various other videos on the various playlists. This will be the How to Set Up, Play and Review playlist. It'll be in the solo co-op game as well, so not co-op, the solo playlist as well, AmassGames playlist, amongst others. Of course, the playthrough will be the playlist. So there's a 5-pointer. Let's grab, let's go random. So shuffle these up. We have obviously 3 values and 5 values. Let's take 2 of the 5. We've got, these are all 3, so that's 2 5s as well. This is what we're playing in that solo playthrough. This one, we're playing with a 3-card living room. On the first floor is what I'm going to need for a 3-pointer, if I want to get that. And something else that's going to help break the game is this one here. 5 rooms on the first or second floor. Oh, okay, so that's interesting. That's what I need to focus on. Okay, so I need to do that to obviously try and get 5 points as well. So you won't really need this. I noticed on the solo game, you can just use your original score pad. So we can leave that to one side, but I think we'll keep it out of shot for the time being. So apart from that, what do I think of the game? Well, I like the extra different variety you can have. Of course, you're not going to see everything straight away. We'll leave it as it is. I did cover off some of those extra cards in that original overview video. Aside from that, I do enjoy it playing it solo, of course. I wouldn't have any issues at all playing it 5 or 6, but there is going to be more downtime with more players, so there's that as a factor. But the solo variant is very nice. I did not expect it to be as choosy as it felt, and hopefully that solo playthrough I give to you is actually a good indication of whether or not you might want to pick that up as well. Hope you found this of interest. Thanks very much for watching, and enjoy that playthrough video and other videos to come.